It's Watchlist Wednesday, September 12th. We're breaking down the new episode of Always Sunny. We got Jim Carrey's new show, Kidding. We're talking Lebron James, The Shop. We got an interview with the Jersey Shore, Vinny and the Situation. But first, we're breaking down the People's Emmys. It's Watchlist Wednesday, September 12th. Today, we're talking Emmys. Not the real Emmys. Our Emmys.
The good ones. Doesn't make sense.
Watchlist Emmys, because everybody knows the actual Emmys stink. Stink out loud.
It's so easy to just understand that in the fact that It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's been nominated in 13 goddamn.
Not even nominated.
It's been 15
Not
years.
even
They've done
nominated.
13 seasons, 15 years. Nay, a nomination.
There's all of them. They should be the entire cast for like funniest comedic actor. All of them. Best show. Every time. They should be across the board sweeping. They don't even get a fucking nomination. So we're here to do justice for the shows like Sunny and to fucking put down the shows like The Big Bang Theory and these things that constantly win year after year after year.
Very frustrating to me. To the point where like,
Get a little
Serenity now!
I get a little angry.
Serenity now!
I'm gonna roll my sleeves up so I'm getting hot. I'm getting flustered. I'm hot flashes.
I'm getting hot. I feel like a wave of heat right now. All right, so what we're gonna do, first of all, part of the problem with the Emmys is the categories. So we're gonna hit you with some new categories. Number one being comfort TV. This is the best comfort TV on television.
This is probably the most important
Most important.
category.
That's why we watch television, to get away from life and to be comforted.
But like even more than that, just like stuff that makes you feel home. Yeah. Like I just feel nice watching this. It's relatable and it's familiar and it makes me feel good and relaxed.
Like for instance, I feel like I have a literal physiological connection to The Office. I hear the do, and like fucking melatonin or whatever gets released. Serotonin gets released in my brain. I'm happy.
It's like we've always said that love is comfort in silence, and that's kind of what the comfort TV is, where you don't feel the need to be totally in. Like you're cool just chilling in your living room with this show.
You can come in and out of it.
I can do whatever the fuck I want. I can play on my phone a little bit. I don't have to be totally engaged with you at all times. We are adult enough, both of us, you and the television show, to understand that. Look, we love each other. We're good.
Yes.
I'm gonna fade in and out. I might be fucking on my laptop while we're talking.
This is perfect. The comfort TV is the open relationship, where it's like I really enjoy your company, but I can't commit to anything. We're gonna see other people, but we're still gonna really enjoy our time together.
When it comes down to what I need, when I need it,
you're there for me.
Yeah, I got you.
So number one there is The Office. Rounding out the rest of the category, Modern Family, a show.
Modern Family is people might roll their eyes at that one. Modern Family.
No.
I stay in on Friday nights now for the USA Modern Family Marathon.
Well, I don't know about that. That was a sad statement.
I'll stay all the time. Sometimes if my drug dealer comes over, I'll change the channel.
Just to look cool? Yeah, man, I was just watching fucking Die Hard, bro.
I put on baseball. Alright, he's out.
Watching the game.
Phil, what fucking hijinks are you getting into now?
Listen, if you can watch the Clive Bixby episode of Modern Family and not tell me you're not comforted by that, get the fuck out of here. You can turn on Modern Family whether Luke is a little boy or like a creepy college kid, whether Lily's not even alive or whether she's in like 7th grade, whether Sarah Hyland was like, I don't even know if you're legal yet, to like, bona fide smoke, when the other one went from like totally normal to completely fucking crazy. Every single time Modern Family comforts you and gets the job done. 30 Rock, I mean, what can John say further about 30 Rock at this point?
It's 30 Rock's one of the funniest shows in history. I was watching it again. I'm like re-going through it, and goddamn, like Dennis Duffy is so fucking. Everyone's so funny. That clip I tweeted the other night. We're gonna put it in here. When they're talking about the cops, just play it.
Roll the clip.
And I'm gonna show it to you right now, real quick.
Whose horse is that?
It's my cousin Teddy's Great Dane. I told him I'd watch him for a couple of weeks because Teddy broke his ankle running from some black guys that pulled a gun on him.
Now, why is it important to tell me that the muggers were black?
They weren't muggers, they were cops.
You say he was running from some cops.
I don't know. I mean, you're racist for assuming that they weren't cops.
Why is it important to tell me that the muggers were black? They weren't muggers, they were cops. I mean, it's fucking funny. It's a fucking funny show.
It's a funny show. We also got Parks and Rec, and rounding it out, I mean, the other show that challenges The Office, which we'll be breaking into further, Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I mean, that's another one. When I hear the...
You're very good at TV.
Near and dear to my heart, the theme songs.
Themes.
I've been watching Always Sunny since I was on the fucking Ram van commuting from the Bronx to Manhattan at Fordham, okay?
That's comfort.
That's what's up.
I'm going. We're gonna declare winners.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
The winner
Unanimous.
of the watch list. I don't know if it's gonna be unanimous.
Okay. On 3.
1, 2, 3.
The
Sunny.
Office.
Yeah, see, I knew.
It's The Office. It's
Yeah.
The Office. Because The Office also has just the Netflix factor, whereas everything else people have to buy new things. Like, I've bought them all. I've got the Hulu. I've got the Amazon. I got it all. Spent $500 a month on TV.
Fine,
But
that's all fine. You're right. You can watch it in every different way. I feel like the gang are my friends. Like, I don't really feel that way about The Office.
My problem
people of The Office.
with the gang sometimes is comfort TV also has a lot to do with when you fall asleep, and sometimes the gang gets a little rambunctious.
You're in stitches.
The Office is always just like
high energy, crazy.
it's fine. The gang goes nuts 5 times an episode.
Yeah,
Whereas The Office, like, you'll have an occasional episode.
And The
that
Office
is
has a
nice.
little sentimentality too.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're like, oh, before you go to bed. Most what do we call it? Best show. Best TV show. Now this one is actually where I feel like the Emmys we all kind of end up mostly on the same page. Best show. You got Game of Thrones, Westworld, Fargo, Handmaid's Tale, and my sleeper creeping in under at the buzzer, the newest show, Yellowstone.
I think. I mean, I'm gonna go Thrones here because you have to go Thrones here.
So yeah, I guess.
But Yellowstone is.
Woo, buddy.
Yellowstone's so fire. Yellowstone's so good. Anything else on there? I don't give a fuck about. Westworld, I didn't even finish the season. Westworld kind of I lost me. Loved the first season. Second season didn't hold me. Fargo is fine. I think Fargo is always fine.
Fargo's great.
I think it's pretty
Fargo's
good, but
great.
I'm never gonna give it an award.
What I'll say, Handmaid's Tale, never seen a show like that, which I like.
That won last year, right? I believe it did.
Yeah, I mean, it's been basically cleaning up nonstop. That show is like, holy shit, this is some weird fucking, we're in a whole new world, a whole different reality, and it is some like jaw-dropping type shit. But I'm gonna go Yellowstone because I just haven't had that gut feeling of watching a show being like, this is fire and everyone needs to watch it. I've recommended shows, we've given a seal of approval to many shows, but Yellowstone to me was like, this shit goes. I haven't felt that in a long time.
Yeah,
and
no,
Thrones
yeah.
is like, Thrones is LeBron James. It's like, you can give the MVP to him every
It
time.
is. It is.
Thrones
But-
to win every time, but I'm gonna try to give something new here and go Yellowstone.
But I get so mad about that I give
should
it
win.
to, like Belichick. Belichick never wins Coach of the Year.
Right.
Belichick should win Coach of the Year every single goddamn year.
Right.
And when he doesn't, I get mad. So I don't want to get upset at Thrones fans by not giving
You can't
it.
be
It's the best
hypocritical.
show. It's the only show that is. It's a sporting event every night.
Every time. I mean, it's
every-
water cooler material for the next day at work.
Every
it's
single-
must talk about spoiler problems. It's everything. It's
Every
a
other
cultural event.
show, especially like in the on-demand days, people like get to it when they get to it.
Not
Thrones is
Live
Thrones
TV.
is like.
Thrones is put down your phone to the TV.
And Thrones is fucking back in the day when I used to like Sunday Fun Day. Thrones is you don't Sunday Fun Day because Thrones is on the night.
Yeah, you don't wanna be
You gotta
drunk.
be in.
Yeah, you don't want to be drunk at night watching Thrones. That shit's hard. Wrapping up with the Watchlist Emmys, funniest show on TV. We already said Sunny. Sunny's being nominated again because it deserves multiple nominations and multiple victories. Veep, still just probably the funniest written show on television. BoJack Horseman for all you animated fans out there. Atlanta for all you non-white people out there. And Rick and Morty for more of the animated crowd. Our guy Logan starts pumping his fist. I don't know Rick and Morty well. I do know that it gave us the Seth Rogen comedy special clip.
Which is
Roll that. That's fucking funny. So anything that inspires that, I gotta give him some love.
my problem with Atlanta is kind of I've said it's the same thing as me with Insecure, where I just don't feel like I can relate, so I don't watch it. And
Season 1 was
again,
okay. Season 2, I feel like you had to really understand what was going on.
I heard that season 2 wasn't very good. BoJack Horseman, I've been told a million times, is like the show for me. It is a show I would love. Blah blah blah. I've tried it 4 times. I don't think I've gone past
That's
episode
it. You got to
3.
give it up. That's it. Listen, it's like a girl. It's like a relationship. You just know in your gut, is it for me? Is it not? Cut it
I just
off and
don't
go.
really like cartoons. Like even as a kid, I didn't really like cartoons. I like Nick at Night. and shit
Johnny
like that.
Sophistication over here.
It's not even about like apparently these shows are like the most sophisticated show on television. Like Rick and Morty's supposed to be like genius and blah blah blah.
Yeah, they all
I
say
just
that.
a cartoon it doesn't do it for me. But I've never seen Finding Nemo. Never seen any fucking cartoons, any of those new cartoons. Doesn't do it for me. I don't give a fuck.
Shit's like 25 years old.
Yeah, I was in high school. People were trying to get me to sit down and watch it. I said, no, thank you.
If you think, let me tell you something, bud. If you think you're above Finding Nemo, you got another thing coming. You're above nothing.
I can't.
You're above nothing.
You know what? The one cartoon I've watched probably in the last 10 years is Inside Out. Hated the hell out of it.
Yeah, that was
Hated
very,
that.
very depressing. That's why.
I didn't even find it depressing.
Well, it's because you have no feelings.
I actually found it. I found it the exact opposite of depressing. I thought it was supposed to be like an inspiring story, and then it was like, "How much did you cry?" I said, "I didn't cry at all. It's a happy movie."
It's because you are depressed yourself, and it's like, well, that movie is nothing compared to my everyday reality. Fuck you, Inside Out. On the count of three, funniest show on TV. 1, 2, 3.
Sunny.
I mean, come on.
You missed it.
Come on. For all the reasons we just said, it's the funniest, it's the most consistent, it's been doing it forever. The gang hasn't changed. Nothing has changed. Fucking nothing.
No. And
you know,
that's
the
beauty of it.
storylines change, the relationships here and there change. Mac comes out, Dennis goes away, whatever. Dee's still a bird, Frank's still a scumbag, Charlie's still basically half homeless, Mac is a fucking weird Christian sex freak, Dennis is a rapist. That's it.
And now, I think we've transitioned now from Emmys into Sunny season premiere was last week.
Episode 1,
That's the
season
most
13.
important part of the show. Everyone, when people start falling off shows. You talk to anyone in The Office. Anyone love The Office? After Jim and Pam got together, it was once Michael left, it was bad. I thought it was good all along, but that's beside the fact that like you start to lose the masses when you start to change things. Sunny
People only change.
exists in a world where at the end of that half hour, everything resets.
Yep.
Everything.
They just grab a few beers behind the bar, they laugh, they make fun of themselves, they get very meta, and we do it again.
Right.
And that's why, to be honest, that's what separates them from all these other shows that do get nominated, is they don't take themselves too seriously. So they're like, we're just gonna do this funny ass shit for 10 episodes every goddamn year until we're dead. We're not gonna overdo it, we're not gonna overextend ourselves. I feel like they even thought about getting rid of Dennis, and they were like, nah, let's just do it. Let's just bring him back.
They had, and that was, I loved the premiere episode. I think it's kind of gotten mixed reviews.
I'm on the other side of things. I think it's mixed review for me.
I thought it was so great because I think, first of all, I think it was, I don't know if it was intentionally written to highlight how important Dennis is, because I've said that for like 5 years. It's been very noticeable that there isn't a star character. There isn't. Every single person is like an important pillar in Sunny, and you pull one, there's a noticeable change in chemistry throughout the gang.
Yep.
And it was clear in this episode when Mindy Kaling was in there, they
God bless her.
I thought maybe
She ain't the one.
Even some things I thought they did differently. Charlie's going into his apartment and it just looks newer and fresher in the hallway. And like I maybe that's just
not my Sunny.
A new set for the
Hashtag
season.
not my Sunny.
But I thought maybe that was some of the attitude to kind of fuck with your memory of that world, of that reality, of that fake reality. And then once Dennis comes back, it's a very, again, noticeable shift in chemistry and everything. You're like, oh shit, it's the gang now.
They
again.
do it in such a ridiculous fashion too. Like he literally just appears.
Yeah.
They're like, oh hey oh! I mean, they were
Matt
joking
just loads into it.
about. They were joking about how he wasn't there the whole time. They were joking about Mac getting diesel. I mean, Mac has put himself through absolute torture for a year straight for like 4 jokes in the premiere. That was it. Did you lose some weight? Did you gain some weight?
Matt, you put a couple pounds.
I mean, it is like the commitment they have to just doing their dumb shit.
But
is
even like
absolutely
they think, I think that they did that. You know, the whole Mindy Kaling, make it different and make it kind of uncomfortable because they do. Sunny loves getting meta. No one loves explaining their own jokes more.
Yeah.
And Sunny does it right. They hit the nail on the head with everything. Like even when Mindy Kaling is like they're always yelling over each other. And she tries to get him to stop it. They're like, no, that's our thing. We just yell at each other. It works for us. And they're just kind of being like, yeah, we get what we're doing.
But I thought they almost went, they almost hit you over the head with it too much. I thought there was too many references to Mac getting in shape. I thought Mindy Kaling was like, there's too many references to Dennis not being there. Mindy Kaling was almost forcing it too much, and then they were joking about forcing it. It almost became too meta for me, where I just want them to get back to, as good as they are about talking about themselves, I want them to just get back to a funny episode, a funny plot, with the gang doing hijinks.
See, I laughed out loud like 10 times that episode. I thought it was very...
Again,
when
I mean, we're
sitting in
talking...
the
This is
strip
like
club
when
and
you're
they're like, "Guys,
debating...
This is uncomfortable for me. Like, I feel like we're forcing this here. And it's
yeah.
like,
It's fun. It's genius. I get it. I mean, we're splitting hairs here. It's like talking about, is this girl a 9.5 or a 10? Mm-hmm. She's still beautiful. It's still Sunny. But I thought that it went a new direction, and I think it's either for you or not necessarily for you if you're an OG Sunny fan.
That's for me.
Pitch me. New segment here on Watchlist. Pitch me. You've seen a show that we haven't watched yet. You want to pitch us, convince us to watch it, get at us. Today, Fights is pitching me.
Kidding.
creepy show.
It's
I want no part of this
It's
show.
the new show on Showtime. It's Jim Carrey, first time on TV since he was in Living Color.
And since he made that girl kill herself.
1990, I think.
People forget that.
Okay. So it's basically Mr. Rogers but dark. He is Jeff Piccolo, I think his name is. He's Mr. Pickles. He has a children's show.
I don't like any of this.
And he does the whole thing. He does the songs and he helps kids talk about feelings and stuff like that. He loses his son. His son dies in a car accident. One of his twin sons, Phil Piccolo. And Mr. Pickles wants to do an episode about death to explain to the children what that's all about. And that's kind of what this episode is. But the show as a whole is, you can tell this dude is fucking losing it. Yeah. He's been doing it for 30 years. It's very much Mr. Rogers. They even have a scene where he's testifying in front of Congress because Mr. Rogers did that once. It's very, very much Mr. Rogers, but just dark. And no one does that darkness like Jim Carrey. Like the whole time you're watching it, this is creepy. This is creepy. Because he's fucking so, like,
He's
Truman
so
Show, Cable Guy. Like, you see, like, he's a guy who's, like, happy and fun, but underneath him is a
darkness.
fucking maelstrom.
I
Like, it's a
could
tornado
actually
inside there.
see. I could see this being very well done. I can see exactly what you described being true. I could see it being a very good take on Mr. Rogers and showing the dark side of being
There's
mental
one
health, all
line.
that shit.
There's one line in particular that stuck out to me, and it's his producer. I forget the actor's name, but it's like Frank Valella or something like that. You notice him. He's a very famous actor. But he's the producer of the show, and he's Mr. Pickles' dad. And he's telling Mr. Pickles, he's like, you can't do a show about death because you're an institution, you're this and that. He's like, you aren't one person. He's like, you're Mr. Pickles and you're Jeff Piccolo, and those two should never meet,
intersect. Yeah.
because then it'll lead to the destruction of both. And I was like,
Oh, fuck yeah. That sounds dope. I like that. The only problem is I don't like Mr. Rogers. Never liked him as a kid. Don't like him now. I want no part of him.
I like
that
Mr.
movie.
I'm
don't
fine
want
with Mr.
it.
Rogers, but
Creeps me out.
I don't have. I think you can not like Mr. Rogers and still enjoy the show. It's a very good show. It's only a half hour too, which is huge. For an hour it would be a little long because it is, the whole thing's tense. Every single scene of Jim Carrey trying to be nice, you're like, he's a fucking disaster in
He's
there.
gonna like kill someone in this.
And yeah, I mean, it ends
Yeah.
like
He's gonna kill somebody. Yeah.
his dad's telling him like his hair is an institution, so he shaved his fucking head, and he's like, his family's falling apart because they don't know how to deal with the grief of losing their son, and it's gonna fucking blow up.
I will make a vow to watch anything that you pitch me on, but I'm telling you right now, I'm not gonna like this show.
Okay.
We'll wrap up with LeBron James' new show, The Shop. A couple episodes in now. Kind of unprecedented stuff for a sports documentary type of TV show. We've seen incredible sports documentaries over the years for a long time now, but as far as a running show with a player of this caliber, I can't think of anything that compares. I mean, like Michael Jordan was so famous for never saying a goddamn thing about anything. Just stay out of it. Don't get political. Don't get social. LeBron is obviously very much the opposite of that, and he's showing that in The Shop.
And people
even right away.
people who dislike you are so fucking weird because they're like, well, he's rich. I mean, LeBron James has still been dirt poor for a majority of his life.
Absolutely.
He can speak to social issues that he felt as a kid. I think it's awesome because I think the Players Tribune is interesting, but also when you read the Players Tribune, you're like, you didn't fucking write this.
Did you see Joel Embiid's recent one?
No.
It was the funniest goddamn blog I've ever read. You didn't fucking write that, dude. Get out of here.
And this is like, it's coming from their mouths. Maybe they've had coaching or whatever.
Right.
But
This is like he's saying those fucking words on the fly, basically, no matter what he planned on saying. That conversation goes a certain way. I mean, he came out right away and said, I don't really know if I like white people.
No,
I know that's
but-
going to piss off some white people, but you're having a very open conversation about you growing up
that was a
and
clip.
being,
That was a
being
clip that
introduced
was-
into white America for the first time and being like, I don't really know how this is going to go. That's a wild amount of candid openness from a guy of his level.
And he didn't say, I don't know. It was talking about when he was much younger. And people
Still,
clipped it
for that guy
online.
to be like, I don't fuck with white people in any context is fucking wild.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, it is to have the balls to say it. But like, you can very clearly understand a 14-year-old thinking that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not saying it's not understandable. I'm just saying most people of his stature would be like, I don't need to do this.
But it's cool. It is kind of weird some points where, first of all, having Jon Stewart on it is genius.
Amazing.
Just because, first of all, he's funny. Second of all, he's so good at just asking questions. I think in the first episode there are like 3 different occasions where like, shit, that's a good question.
Yep.
Because he just kind of
Great conversation.
he knows people.
Great interview.
He knows how to do that shit. And it is a little weird because there are often times that a lot of people on screens aren't talking, and then it's a room of like 8 people.
Yeah.
And it's only a half-hour show.
I mean, it's a little bit like, when does this really, I mean, I know the idea is the barbershop where there are a lot of people, but it's like, there's not that many people all engaged in one conversation. It is a little bit, obviously, of a setup.
I think maybe it's only those, they have 2 groups of people that they kind of get changed out halfway through. And I think maybe that's what the whole season is. And like they just did a day in there. And at some point, Michael Bennett will talk next time or whatever, something like that. But it's interesting. I think it's like they're very laid back. They're actually getting their haircut. LeBron's getting his beard trimmed. Draymond's sitting in the corner drinking wine. I thought Draymond shit he said about like, he's like, yeah, I think now you could say LeBron James is finally fucking here. Like, say I'm fucking LeBron James because he's like, he shied away from this stuff in the past and shit like that. And I think, again, like I was saying about the Players Tribune, I think there's almost a middleman where you just don't believe that those are genuinely their words, even though that was the Player Tribune's main goal. I think this is like, you're like listening to celebrities who you would never think talk like this. Talk like that. Just explain their lives. I think it's fucking interesting as shit. And LeBron swears. LeBron's got a potty mouth. He's like fucking Tom Brady. Brady swears all the time.
Fucking adult, man.
He says fuck
a regular fucking adult, not some Disney character.
Yeah, drops like N-bombs. I would think they'd say, he's like, nah, man, we're in the barbershop. I say the N-word.
Jon Stewart's like,
yeah.
All right, that's it for Watchlist Wednesday today. Wrapping up, as we do the Watchlist Emmys today, there is only one nomination in this category for Best Reality TV Show of the Watchlist. There's one and only, unanimous decision, The Jersey Shore. We got Vinny and The Situation sitting down with us to wrap up today's Watchlist. We'll see you guys next week.
Another edition of the Watchlist. We are now joined by Mike The Situation and my man, the Keto Guido.
What's up?
Vinny Guadagnino. Jersey Shore Season 2 is off and running. And I know you, Vinny. Mike, this is the first time I got to meet you. I missed you guys last time you came through. But everybody said to a man, to a woman, that when you guys came through here, it was, out of all the celebrities, athletes, entertainers that came through, like, the office was buzzing for the Jersey Shore more. I mean, the pictures that I saw, like, the whole fucking office, both floors, like, flocked down to you guys.
No,
like,
I get the vibe when I walk in here. Like, everyone's like, I think it's this specific demographic or something. I don't know.
We grew up. I mean, it was a big deal when it happened.
Well, I don't know where we were because I wasn't here either that day, but there was at least one NFL athlete in the corner, like he was a fucking nobody.
Nick Mangold was just sitting there like, what's going on? Like, the Jersey Shore here, bro. Pipe down. It's wild, man.
I feel like everyone in these offices were the ones that were throwing Jersey parties in their dorm rooms. You know what I mean? Making like events out of it, dressing up like Guidos for Halloween.
Listen, when
it was you guys,
it was like 2009-ish was when I started. And I think the first season was like 2010. Mm-hmm. And I'm from New York. I grew up. I went to high school with guys who were that looked like that and acted like that. So I was like, what's the big deal? And everybody else was like, well, who are these people? Like it was,
aliens.
Like foreign species.
There's a Snooki.
Yeah, I mean, you got to remember that there's a whole like chunk of the country that had never seen anything like that before. But everybody's now back for this family reunion season 2. Mm-hmm. And listen, Vinny, we talked before. You were kind of done with this Jersey Shore thing, it sounded like, and now you're back.
Probably. I mean, I was probably talking about other projects that I was doing, and I thought it was done. I mean, we all did. We stopped talking. I didn't talk to this guy for like 5 years.
Really?
Yeah.
I had a big ego. I was not talking to nobody. Plus, I had my own crazy. I was just wild back then.
Yeah.
And then just over time, I never thought it would happen again, let alone that I think it would be happening in the exact same way.
Yeah.
Like filming in that house. Cameras 24 hours a day, all that shit.
That's got to be hard to go back to, right?
I didn't think everybody was going to agree to do it.
Yeah.
I was willing to do it. And
you probably asked me. You probably said, would you guys ever get back together? And I was probably like, I don't know, maybe. If I would, and then it started to happen.
And then it started to happen,
Mm-hmm.
Stars aligned on that one. I mean, you guys all happy to be back and doing it, or you feel like it's something like...
Yes, definitely. And I think the product that we're putting forth is a good product. You get some realness, funny stuff, and some real stuff. So I'm very happy about these last 2
personally,
seasons.
from taking a break and watching it go away, I definitely appreciate it more now.
Yeah.
Because I don't think people
as Mike rubs his back.
don't get this chance one time to be on the biggest reality show of all time. to be part of
Oh,
a phenomenon, part of like everything.
Yeah.
That
and
is
now we're
so
back
dope.
and we trend on Twitter.
Number
every,
one
every week
again.
Yo, I really don't. There's not much appointment TV that I'm like I binge a lot of shit. I watch on demand, Netflix. Like Jersey Day is a thing for me.
It still is.
Like it's a big
It's
deal.
like
for
fine.
me.
People are like, oh, it's back.
Well,
finally.
we check the ratings every week. We're like, oh man, hopefully we could be in the top. And every week,
It's
you know,
number one.
every
Time it
every
is.
week
Number
it
one,
is.
yeah.
Yeah, so
It's
we're
like it's
happy.
you guys and Kaepernick just hold the number one trending. That's it.
Controversy, man, it works. I feel like at this point, even like I noticed more so than ever, when you're in your confessionals, like you guys let it fucking fly.
Hell yeah, that's
And
where
then-
we can shine.
And then is it like? But then is it cool after, like when you watch
Oh,
it?
talking about people.
Yeah, like I mean, Paulie
Wait,
said something the other day that was just like, Ronnie's a fucking lunatic.
Yeah.
Like, he's like you
Yeah.
laid it out there. But
Yeah.
I feel like you guys are just so open at this point
Awkward.
that it doesn't matter, or is
Yeah.
it like, yo, I
I
can't
think
believe
we're
you
all
said that.
professionals at this point. We've been doing this TV thing for almost 10 years.
You're professional
so
reality TV,
so I understand if something has been said about me, I probably deserved it.
Yeah.
So I you know,
Or
I'm
we
ready.
know like what the producer on the other end
Was
asked
trying to
to
get
get,
that.
that
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
Because a lot of times we're just like, yeah, Ryan's a fucking idiot. Next question. You know?
Because we tried to do, our boss is a fucking madman, and he kind of had this reality dream of this office where we have, like, if you're outside, we have cameras all over the place that have only been used really to catch cleaning people stealing from us.
Somebody ate potato skins out of the garbage once. We were using it
Yeah,
to
we
figure
used it
out
for
who
that.
ate it. Yeah.
But it hasn't been used like a reality type thing. And then we have 2 confessionals over here too, but everyone's always been scared to use them. I don't think they've ever been used because no one wants to go and just open that box of worms.
Right.
After that, it's
Yeah,
like,
you guys are
fuck, from now
committing to
next,
it.
and as soon as I use it once, I'm the fucking
If
the
you guys
target after
really did a show, there would be a production company that would do all that for you. They'd be
Needle,
like,
make it
"Here's
out, yeah.
money or whatever. Now, listen to what we tell you, not to do or say, but just like when you get put in situations where." It's not a trap. Like, what's the word I'm looking for?
No, it's
like,
an equation.
Yeah, you're put in an equation, and you have to figure it
Yeah,
out.
I mean,
Sometimes
listen,
that might involve talking shit.
I
Or-
love
But as long as everyone kind of agrees that they're all in the same boat, it's cool.
we just understand.
Yeah, no, we understand. I mean, listen, I love doing confessional. I love doing interview. Those bites you guys see because it's a chance for us to really shine and say something funny. Some of the stuff catches and some of it doesn't. But that's like we know that's where our bread is buttered.
When are you just gonna be like in a professional roast at this point? Like I feel like that the
you know
roasting
what?
back and forth
the
is like
roasting. We actually during the off season sometimes we call each other up and be like, "Yo, is this one gonna be good?" He comes up with some good ones. This guy right here,
Right, some material pre-written.
And to be honest, if Ronnie says something to me, like I'll think about it for like a week straight to like 4 different roasts ahead of time to get his ass. The first minute he says it, I am ready, like popping off. People like, "Oh shit, you had that shit ready."
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
Well, also, I mean,
It's in a game.
Yeah, and 10 years in, there's a lot of fucking material. Like in the
Yes.
beginning, it was like,
Yes.
oh, make fun of like your shoes or the girl you were with. Now it's
Yeah.
like, we can talk about your family. We can talk about
Yeah.
your this, your that. Like there's a lot to
and-
go
Yeah,
on.
but this guy is a positive because his recovery.
Yeah.
So it's hard for him because you still have to like be like
I know. I just
responsible.
I do,
Ronnie takes the low hanging
I do,
fruit.
I do practice taking the high road because if you argue with a fool, it only proves that there are 2.
Right.
See, that's a diss right there. That's a diss. And you'd be like,
That
all
was like
right,
a
you just called me a
low-key,
fool,
like,
but
yeah.
like that was inspirational. I got it. Bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, thank
Mike
you.
the fucking fortune cookie over here. Speaking proverbs. I mean, I feel like we get like 1/1,000,000th of it, where it's like we live pretty open book, you know what I mean? And I feel like I've gone through some shit where people are talking shit and trashing me, and it's kind of like, yeah, all right, like you gotta just kind of take it sometimes.
Yes.
I feel like you know where you're at,
No,
you know
yeah.
what the deal
Listen,
is,
listen,
and it's like
the saltiness only seasons the sauce.
See, that was another diss, and it was inspirational every
Mike,
time.
you're either the smartest or the dumbest guy I've ever met. I don't know which it is, man.
I say the same shit to myself.
Yo,
honestly.
when I say stuff in quotes, they're like, "Whoa," what's like they don't know whether to laugh or to be like, "That was brilliant."
We also just read it on Instagram somewhere.
I actually do read quotes and bank them up here.
If these are like Mike originals, I'd be like, all right, respect.
Yeah, let me see the notes app on your phone.
But you know when to use them, though. I'll give you that.
So Vegas was the location for this round, which, I mean, that's you talk about producers setting things up and just making it like, I mean, that's gasoline on the fire, right?
Yeah.
It's
Nothing
already
good
like
is
a
gonna happen, right?
produced place
No.
of
Yeah.
just ratchetness.
Vegas was total ratchetness. I mean, Miami was like a nice fun vibe. But as soon as you went to Vegas, like it was just they were turning up and trying to like break up my engagement and stuff.
I saw that.
I was
hoes,
just shocked.
Canadian hoes.
Canadians,
I was shocked. Because
Canadians are the real MVP.
While they were kissing, while Paulie was kissing his girl, her hand was trying to rub my hand, and I'm like, what is happening right now? In the elevator. I was like, is this real life?
Yeah.
You can't make this shit up.
You were enjoying the Canadians.
Oh, yeah. I love
Sure
Canadians.
was.
They're
Is that-
very friendly people.
Is it at this point you just don't even care about like basically
STDs?
like,
What? I wear condoms.
It was just like, yeah, I fucked that girl. Like my family's gonna see it, my friends. Are gonna see it, like, everybody,
yeah.
like, you just can't even care about that.
That was out the
Nah.
window
Just
like the first
that
season.
should've gone, right?
Yeah.
8 seasons later.
I
It's
will-
like, you're a family guy, man. Like we know.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I know your mom and your uncle and your father. You know, it's like
Yeah, but my uncles and they didn't do that stuff. They're 10 times worse than me.
doubt.
I'm like a
Yeah.
saint compared to them. So there are some awkward parts of the show that me and my mom probably don't talk about. Like
Yeah.
I won't go watch that episode with her. But it's just an unspoken
Yeah, I
thing.
told my
She gets
mom
it.
not to watch the Italy season as I smashed my head into a concrete wall.
We
And
were just talking about
I was
that.
like, there was one of the biggest miscalculations, and that's the nicest way of saying it. I thought the wall was sheetrock, and it was actually cement. So the fight was over before it even started.
Did you ever try to tell your parents like not to watch? Like when I first started here, I told my mom, I was like,
The
"Don't
Italy,
listen-
the
don't read
Italy
this,
one,
don't
the
watch
Italy
that,
one,
listen to anything."
Italy one was just
But,
bad
like,
the
the
whole time
first
for me.
season, you were like, "Let's fucking."
Oh,
go,
the
it
first
doesn't matter.
season, I was just being fun, situation.
Podcasts
you
are
know.
more are a different beast though, because you are saying like everything and it's talking so openly. The show itself, it's MTV. Like, even if I bring home a girl, it's gonna be like, all right, good night,
Yeah,
undercover.
you know what happened, but
yeah,
you know, it's not
exactly.
shown,
The show
right? Yeah.
has our back. Like it's not gonna.
Overseas, they show that shit.
And Geordie Shore, that you got to see that show.
Yeah.
the British
They
one,
actually
right?
Yeah,
show
they-
it.
they
like,
have
just
sex,
smash
like
so-
smash.
Yeah.
Like that actually really did happen on our show, but they don't
can't
show
show
it.
it.
They don't
Yeah.
show it.
I never
But
smashed one girl.
yeah.
We only cuddled every
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
When the lights went off, serious. That's it.
Is Paulie lives in Vegas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Las Vegas.
I mean,
The
that's
only
fucking
man
crazy.
that I know of that can successfully live in
Yeah.
Sin City and
he
just
parties. It's
Yeah.
not like he's
No,
like,
he
no,
doesn't-
he doesn't party.
No,
He doesn't
just
drink?
He just works.
First
He's
of all,
like,
he
has a
lives
drink
like
here and
40
there.
Right.
minutes away from the strip.
Okay.
So he doesn't
he
live
gets a
like
little
right
bit
in
of
there.
yeah.
It's nowhere near there. And he's working. He's DJing
Working.
like 5 times a week. So
Yeah.
that's when he's partying.
For the
like,
last
you know what I
10
mean?
years, the man is. I've never seen him like
He works hard.
really make bad
But
decisions.
so like even back in Jersey, he wasn't like blacking out and like he was
No,
drinking
me,
and partying,
me
but
and
he
Paulie
wasn't
drink.
like
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
We don't do drugs or anything.
Listen, everyone turns up, but I've never seen them make bad decisions. Paulie and Vinny make really bad decisions. They're just having fun and turning up. Now someone else, say the same about someone else.
yeah. Well, He's trying, man. He's trying, dude. What's the deal with Keto Guido and the situation diet here? Because I feel like I would fucking strangle him.
Dude,
after.
it's
Just let him order his food.
I-
Just let him order his
I-
fucking food,
I-
Vinny.
Aren't you trying to be keto?
I would love to be. I want to try to be a bunch of things.
I'm
I'll
trying
never
to
get
get him
be
to be
it.
cute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
yeah.
eat 2
So you
pounds
need
of
people
chicken
around you.
every morning
2
at
pounds
9
of
a.m.
chicken?
Really?
So there's
Yeah,
this place
it's
right around
crazy.
here. It's got like a buffet, and I found this chicken, and it's got this like Parmesan lemon fucking sauce.
It's fried
Yeah.
chicken.
Oh,
And
it's
breaded
fried
too.
too?
It's
Grilled
chicken.
chicken.
It's
Chicken,
chicken
that's-
cutlet.
Oh,
It's
no,
chicken
no, no.
cutlet chopped up.
I was gonna say.
And I go and I get 2 pounds. And I'm up early. I got 2 kids. So by like 9 or 10 a.m., I'm ready for lunch. And I eat 2 pounds of it at like
Wow.
10 a.m.
I would be in a coma the rest of the
Yeah.
day. I'd
Well,
be done.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I can do it.
I used to be like that because you get used to
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Well, his diet, he's shredding for the
I
wedding.
am shredding for the wedding, but when I was on doing the last season of Jersey Shore, I'm torn because I wanted to, trim up for my wedding, but I also, when I'm filming, I want to live my best life.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I want to.
You really? Is that ever? You just order all that shit?
I
mean,
really do
You order a
I do-
comical
dude,
amount of food.
dude, I-
it's
I
a
do.
goddamn.
I
joke.
really
Yeah.
do order that amount of food,
It
and
low-key
I
really
try-
pisses me off.
And I try to.
I
no,
keep, bro. It's
low,
very
yeah,
obvious.
no, low key, he wishes he was eating like me, but he's
No.
not. But like I said, as the wedding is getting closer, I am starting to be on a stricter diet, and
Dude, I did the other day. I don't go out. I use Seamless, and I ordered Mexican food, and the dude handed me my order at the door, And I was so disgusted with myself. It was like heavy. Like, I probably couldn't have curled it. This is fucking.
This is for one person,
gross.
man.
I do eat like that at times to reward myself as a little treat, but it's just not my every meal like it used to be. My whole life, I was raised. My mom raised me that every
shoveling
meal
pasta down your
has to
throat.
be like an event. You know what I mean? And now I don't call it fat shaming. I call it health shaming.
Yeah,
I like
listen,
health
Listen,
shaming everybody.
I've got more attention
'Cause
and
there could be people that are
positive
skinny.
recently from gaining a couple pounds and not having a six-pack because of maybe the BDS factor or the Big Daddy Sitch. I'm thick as fuck. People have been really rooting
They're like, I'm
around
thick
that.
as fuck too.
They were rooting around.
I love
that.
you.
You know, and I'll be honest. Lately, I'm thinking to myself, yo, if I get this six-pack back, right, in the next season or so,
Douchebag.
are people gonna just hate my ass? You know what I'm saying? So,
You are enabling yourself to be fat right now, bro, and I love it.
Yeah.
I
That's
can't have a
classic
six-pack.
Hollywood.
You can't do it.
Like
Yeah.
the classic Hollywood, they fall in love with a chubby guy and they're like, don't get skinny.
Yeah, Jonah Hill
Hill's
lose
the only
weight?
one who pulls it off.
Yeah.
Jonah Hill gets it, but I think Zach Galifianakis on Between Two Ferns was
Oh,
like,
yeah, he lost it.
He's like,
Yeah.
they don't know. They either want me to get really skinny or put on 20 more pounds. It's just like,
Just stay fat.
just stay,
Yeah,
stay a little
that's
chubby.
where the nickname Big Daddy Sis came out because I wanted to be sarcastic and funny, and I was like, maybe this will be funny, maybe this will catch on. So I called it like Big Daddy Sitch, and to be honest, people loved it. It was funny.
Is there another season in the works?
So this one
You
we're
want there
actually
to be another season?
still filming.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
gonna
wow.
be the longest season we've ever
Yeah.
done. It's gonna be like 20 episodes or something
So
like
you
that.
are like in Vegas right now and
No.
popping here to do.
No.
Oh,
We've
okay.
pretty much filmed like 90%. I think there might be a little bit left.
We split it up. We did a couple trips. We did Vegas, then we did Jersey.
Okay.
And then we're bounced around. So it's like we kind of haven't even finished this one to like even think
Wow.
about the next ones yet. You know,
Crazy.
because there's a lot of content on this one.
I think it's gonna finish with walking down the aisle.
Oh.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. She's looking.
Honestly,
Oh,
whatever he
Call
said.
wifey.
Yo.
There's gonna be cameras at the wedding.
Yeah. He doesn't even know that. So like, I would say like you just gave it up, but he doesn't even, no one knows that.
Yeah. The producer's probably like, oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, exactly.
We know what we're doing now. All right, well, keep it up, man. I mean, I'll watch fucking 10 more seasons. So
Love it,
As
man.
long as you guys
Yeah.
are down,
Yeah.
I'll be watching.
Old age home.
Well, old age homes where they really fuck. That's what
exactly.
anything
Talking
turn
about
up.
STDs.
Yeah. Pompano
That's
Beach, Jersey Shore, season 70.
So Thursday nights, 8 o'clock on MTV.
MTV.
Watch it for 20 episodes, whatever. Keep it moving, boys.
Follow Mike on Instagram.
Yeah,
Yo,
shout out
follow
the
Mike,
Instagram.
Mike the Situation Instagram.
And Keto Guido.